Welcome to Rice and Beans Month. Well, good morning. My name is Dan Holcomb and I work for LaHasha International. During March of 2010, we are going to do a month of just eating rice and beans. I'd like to talk about the reasons why we're doing this. We are doing rice and beans for three simple reasons. The first reason is solidarity. Our brothers and sisters in East Africa live on very limited incomes, and so they often can't even afford the basic nutrition that they need, their bodies need. So we'd like to stand with them this month and share in a meal that's very common in East Africa. The second reason is simplicity. Many times people in wealthier nations eat for pleasure or for excess, and we'd like to pare down our meals and just eat very simply for a month. The third reason we'd like to do this is to share. Our brothers and sisters in East Africa live on very limited incomes, and so we'd like to look at our budget for a month. So then we'd like to save and donate whatever is left at the end of the month to the kids in East Africa in our partnerships in Tanzania and Kenya, Uganda, and Sudan. So probably the biggest question that we've got at this point is, what can I actually eat during rice and beans? So here's a little bit of the background on that. We don't want to sacrifice nutrition in order to improve nutrition. So make sure that you're eating good healthy items during the month. And rice and beans together form a complete protein, so that's a really good basic first step. If you do want to add some spices for variety, or if you'd like to add some vegetables or fruit, feel free as well. If you'd like to cook from more of a Latin American background, or an Asian background, or an African background, or a Texan background, feel free to incorporate your cultural foods into what we're doing. Have fun with it, be creative, customize it, do what you like. The important thing is to go simpler and to incorporate rice and beans into what you're eating. So this is day one of my wife and I. My wife's name is Erin, and we're going to be testing this out for a week and just showing you what a typical week could look like for you. We haven't done this ourselves yet either, so this will be our test run. And so it's early in the morning on the first day of the week, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be eating today. This is a dish that my grandma, who's Swedish, passed on to us, and my mom used to cook this. There's a little bit of rice, and then you can add milk, and then put some cinnamon sugar and raisins on top. And that way you can have a breakfast item that is rice-based.
So we're at the end of day 3 of our rice and beans diet. And tonight I made some Mexican rice with tomatoes and garlic, onions in there, and some beans with some cumin and tomatoes cooked in, and topped it all with green onions, and it's really good. And so far we've been having a really good few days of eating rice and beans. We've been enjoying a variety of ways to cook them, and learning lots of different combinations of flavors and styles. And tonight we're even sharing it with Bethany and Will, who've come over to join us, and they're also enjoying it. I think I've been surprised at how many different ways you can make it taste and still seem like something new and interesting.
Well, Erin and I are now on day 4 of our rice and beans diet. It's a very basic diet, but I think it's also pretty cheap. I think Erin and I will probably save between 50 and 75% of our grocery bill doing this simple meal over the course of a month. Over the course of the week, I think we'll probably spend about $20 for all of our meals, and that does include some tomatoes that we grew in our garden, but probably between $20 and $25 for the whole week. I think it definitely does get monotonous, but I think probably just my life, I'm probably pretty addicted to new and exciting and different, and I think there's some beauty to the regular and the expected, and it's something that I'm reacquainting myself with and enjoying. And it's also good to just go back to the basics of food and realize that it's a pretty simple process to feed us, and it doesn't have to be super sugary or super fatty or super expensive. It can just be cheap, enjoyable, nutritious food, and that's what can sustain our bodies. I'm noticing that I use food a lot for comfort, and so there will be multiple times during the day where I think, man, I would love to go out and get a mocha, or I'd love to stop as I'm driving around and get a little candy bar, or something just to get me along. Coming home after a long day, love to get some juice or some other kind of sugary item. And I'm realizing how much that comfort is built into my day, and how much I just kind of assume that that's almost my right. And so that's been good, just to identify that and to become more aware of that through this project. What's going on tonight?
We're cooking, right now I have a whole onion chopped up in here, and about 5 tomatoes, and some garlic, and curry, and turmeric, and I think that's all I put in there. And we have some kidney beans going here. You probably can't see it from this stage, but they should be almost done. And then some brown rice here that's finished and ready to eat. I'm really excited about the global aspect of participation. I know a lot of our friends in East Africa are doing this with us, and that is something so unique and special. I'm really excited about that. So standing together as a global community for our friends that we know need better nutrition and don't even have access oftentimes to the vegetables that we're eating with our rice and beans tonight. So today we are cooking some delicious rice and beans, and you probably wonder why I'm wearing my winter coat, which is because this is the week in Portland that it's down to 14 degrees, and so it takes a while for our house to get heated up when we get home, but we're still cooking because we're hungry. So this is what Dan put in. He made some delicious tomatoes and onions. Now they're simmering in there with a little olive oil and some garlic.
What do you have?
This is our dinner. The finished product. Smells really delicious, and it took about 30 minutes to make.
Absolutely delicious, as my wife Erin would say.